Have you ever walked up a flight of stairs and felt a shiver crawl down your spine, a sudden unease settling in the pit of your stomach? Like something unseen is watching your every move from the shadows, its presence clinging to the air, thick and heavy. Staircases, those architectural veins that pulse through the heart of buildings and homes, can be more than just a way to get from one floor to another. Tonight, we delve into the unsettling world of supernatural staircases, exploring three eerie tales that will leave you questioning the very foundation of reality. Our journey begins on the outskirts of a forgotten town, where a dilapidated mansion casts long skeletal shadows across the overgrown lawn. The air is thick with an eerie silence, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves. Locals whisper tales of the family that once resided within its crumbling walls, driven to madness by an unseen force that haunted the grand staircase. They speak in hushed tones, as if the very mention of the mansion could summon its dark presence. They say that the patriarch of the family, a wealthy businessman named Edward, was the first to succumb to the staircase's sinister influence. His once confident demeanor slowly eroded, replaced by a haunted look in his eyes. It began subtly, with whispers and disembodied footsteps echoing through the dead of night. The family tried to ignore it at first, dismissing it as the creaks and groans of an old house. But soon the whispers turned to menacing growls, the footsteps heavier, more insistent, as if something was ascending from the depths of the earth. The atmosphere grew thick with dread, an oppressive weight that pressed down on their chests. One night, driven to the brink of insanity, Edward flung himself from the highest point of the staircase, his body landing with a sickening thud in the foyer below. The sound echoed through the mansion, a grim punctuation to his torment. His wife, driven to madness by grief and terror, claimed that she saw Edward's lifeless eyes turn towards her, a look of pure malice contorting his pale face. She could hardly believe her eyes, but the image was seared into her mind. She swore that it wasn't her beloved Edward staring back at her, but something else wearing his skin. The malevolent presence seemed to mock her, feeding off her fear. She, too, met an untimely end, her screams echoing through the empty halls before abruptly ceasing. The silence that followed was more terrifying than the screams, a void that seemed to swallow all hope. The mansion fell into disrepair, abandoned to the elements and the lingering presence that clung to the grand staircase. The once grand home became a decaying shell, a monument to the family's tragic end. Those who dared to venture inside told of strange cold spots on the stairs, of feeling an unseen entity brush past them, its touch sending shivers down their spines. The air around the staircase seemed to hum with a malevolent energy. Some even claimed to see fleeting glimpses of Edward, his eyes burning with an infernal fire, forever trapped within the walls of the mansion. His presence was a constant reminder of the horror that had unfolded there. The staircase, once a symbol of the family's wealth and status, now serves as a chilling reminder of their tragic fate, a haunting testament to the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the grandest homes. It stands as a silent sentinel guarding the secrets of the past. Deep within a sprawling forest, shrouded in an ethereal mist that seems to cling to the ancient trees, lies a phenomenon that defies all logic and reason: an endless staircase. Local legends speak of a young woman named Anya who stumbled upon the staircase while searching for her lost brother. He had vanished into the forest weeks prior, leaving behind nothing but his abandoned bicycle at the edge of the woods. Driven by a desperate hope to find him, Anya ventured deeper and deeper into the forest's embrace, ignoring the warnings of the villagers who spoke of strange occurrences and unexplained disappearances within its depths. As the sun began its slow descent, casting long, eerie shadows through the trees, Anya came across a clearing, and there, in the center of the clearing, stood the staircase. It was a simple wooden structure, its steps worn smooth by time and the elements, but there was something unsettling about it, something that made Anya's skin crawl. Perhaps it was the way the mist seemed to swirl around the staircase, as if it were a living, breathing entity, or maybe it was the oppressive silence that hung in the air, broken only by the sound of her own ragged breathing. Ignoring the sense of dread that coiled in her gut, Anya took a tentative step onto the first step. The wood creaked ominously beneath her weight, the sound amplified in the stillness of the forest. She took another step, and then another, her eyes fixed on the steps ahead. She had only climbed a few flights when she realized something was terribly wrong. The staircase should have ended by now, but the steps continued upward, disappearing into the swirling mist above. Panic surged through Anya as she realized the truth. She was trapped on an endless staircase, lost in a labyrinth of wood and mist. She tried to turn back, to retrace her steps, but the staircase seemed to shift and change around her, the steps leading her further and further into the heart of the forest. Days turned into nights, and still Anya climbed, her hope dwindling with each passing hour. The forest held her captive, its silence broken only by the sound of her own footsteps and the whispers of the wind through the trees. Some say that Anya is still out there, lost on the endless staircase, her cries for help swallowed by the dense undergrowth. Others believe that she found a way out, escaping the forest's clutches, but forever changed by her ordeal. They say she returned to the village, but she was never the same. Her eyes held a distant look, and she spoke of things that no one could understand. The forest had taken something from her, something that could never be replaced. And so the legend of the endless staircase lives on, a haunting reminder of the mysteries that lie hidden within the forest steps. Chapter 3. The Vanishing Staircase in the Old Hotel. Our final destination is an aging, grand hotel, its once gleaming facade now tarnished by time and neglect. The building stands as a silent witness to the passage of time, its walls echoing with stories long forgotten. Within its dimly lit corridors and dusty rooms, whispers of a vanishing staircase have circulated for decades. These whispers have become part of the hotel's eerie charm, drawing in those curious about its mysteries. Guests and staff alike have reported seeing a majestic, sweeping staircase in the lobby, only to have it disappear before their very eyes. This phenomenon has left many baffled and intrigued, adding to the hotel's haunted reputation. Some believe it to be a residual haunting, a ghostly echo of a time when the hotel was in its prime. They say the spirits of the past still roam the halls, reliving moments from a bygone era. Others whisper of a sinister secret hidden behind the vanishing staircase, a secret that the hotel itself is desperately trying to conceal. This secret, they say, is the key to understanding the hotel's haunted nature. One chilling account tells the story of a young couple, Emily and Daniel, who decided to spend a weekend at the hotel, eager to experience its faded grandeur. They were drawn by the allure of its mysterious past and the promise of an unforgettable adventure. As they checked in, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, her gaze drawn to the shadows that seemed to dance at the edge of her vision. The feeling of being observed only heightened her sense of unease. That night, as they made their way back to their room after dinner, they noticed a grand staircase that they hadn't seen before. It seemed to have appeared out of nowhere, adding to the hotel's enigmatic atmosphere. It was crafted from polished mahogany, its handrails adorned with intricate carvings. The craftsmanship was exquisite, a testament to the hotel's former glory. The staircase seemed to beckon them, inviting them to ascend into the hotel's shadowy heights. It was as if the staircase had a life of its own, calling out to them in a silent whisper. Intrigued, Emily and Daniel exchanged a curious glance before cautiously approaching the staircase. Their curiosity was piqued, and they felt compelled to explore further. As they reached the first step, the air grew noticeably colder, and a faint scent of lavender and decay wafted down from the floors above. The contrast between the pleasant scent and the sense of decay was unsettling. Despite the unsettling atmosphere, they continued their ascent, their footsteps echoing through the silent lobby. Each step seemed to take them deeper into the hotel's mysterious past. They reached the first landing, but as they turned to continue their exploration, the staircase vanished before their eyes. It was as if the staircase had never existed, leaving them in a state of shock. They were left standing on a narrow platform, a sheer drop on all sides. The sudden disappearance of the staircase left them feeling vulnerable and exposed. Panic surged through them as they realized the gravity of their situation. The reality of their predicament set in, and they knew they had to find a way out. They were trapped, stranded in a forgotten corner of the hotel with no way to reach the floors above or below. The isolation was overwhelming, and they felt completely cut off from the rest of the world. Hours passed, and still they were trapped, their cries for help swallowed by the oppressive silence. The silence was deafening, amplifying their fear and desperation. Just when their hope began to dwindle, the staircase reappeared as suddenly as it had vanished. It was a moment of relief, but also of confusion and disbelief. They scrambled down the steps, their hearts pounding in their chests, and fled back to the safety of their room. The experience had shaken them to their core, and they vowed never to return. To this day, no one knows for sure why the staircase vanished or where it leads. The mystery remains unsolved, adding to the hotel's haunted allure. But one thing is certain: the old hotel holds secrets, secrets that are best left undisturbed. Its walls are filled with stories that may never be fully understood, and its mysteries continue to captivate those who dare to explore its haunted halls. Out are three staircases, each more unsettling than the last. The haunted mansion, where the echoes of tragedy linger on the steps. The endless staircase in the forest, a winding path to nowhere. And the vanishing staircase in the old hotel, a gateway to the unknown. What do you think? Are these staircases merely the product of overactive imaginations? Or is there something more to these stories? Something sinister lurking just beyond the veil of reality? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the unsettling world of supernatural staircases, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more spine-chilling stories. Until next time, sleep tight and don't look behind you.